What's up, everybody? My name's Shan. Today we're going to be diving into a Call of the Grakmaw deck, aka the Rogue Killer, aka Grakmaw the Great. So, yeah, this deck was actually inspired off of some very unusual things, but it's actually been playing so very, very well for me. So, we've managed to go 3-0 against Rogues, which is certainly nothing to sneeze at, am I right? And this is full-blown Dimir Rogues with, you know, the Soarings and I forget the name. The little 1-mana Death Touch. You know what I'm saying. Grakmaw is a beautiful card against those creatures that removal those counter spellers, right? Enters the battlefield with 3+1/+1 counters, so 3 mana for a 3/3. That's perfectly fine. Nothing too shabby about that. The biggest downfall with this card, I will say, is the fact that Heartless Act just destroys it. It just destroys it. But everywhere else, it is a beautiful card. So when it dies, you get to create an XX black and green Hydra creature token where X is the number of +1/+1 counters on Grakmaw. So as big as your Grakmaw is, so shall be that Hydra counter, or token creature. You know what I'm saying. It doesn't have the counters on it. It just comes down as a solid, you know, 8/8, 9/9, 7/7, 3/3, whatever, you know, amount of counters you had on the Grakmaw. But the nice thing is, we are running the Ozolith, so per se, your Grakmaw dies as a 3/3, and then you get the 3/3 Hydra back. 3/3 counters go on, or 3+1/+1 counters go onto the Ozolith, and you remove those and put them back onto the Grakmaw token. Now, from a 3/3, you have created a 6/6, which is pretty good value, right? Anyways, outside of just the Grakmaw shenanigans, another card that sort of spoke to me and really made me want to create this deck was Invigorating Surge. This 3-mana instant speed card that not a lot of people think about, and it has a very Embercleave style effect to it where it's essentially allowing you to double your damage or even more so, right? And all at instant speed for fairly cheap. So 3-mana instant, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, then double the number of +1/+1 counters on that creature. So obviously, you got a Grakmaw down, you swing in with it, it's a 3/3, the opponent's like, I can take 3 damage, and then bam, you Invigorating Surge, it goes up to a 4/4, right? 4 +1/+1 counters, double those, now it's an 8/8. You swing, you hit, you know, dealt the 8 damage. Now your opponent has an 8/8 to deal with. Not only that, but when they remove the 8/8, you get another 8/8 right back. And if you have the Ozolith down, you get an 8/8 down, and you get 8/8 worth of counters put onto the Ozolith, so now you can have a 16/16, you know? The amount of damage, the amount of power that you can end up accruing with this deck and sending onto one single creature or sending onto a creature and then having that creature die, counters go back onto the Ozolith, put them back onto another creature, is insane. And I think that's why it's been working so well against the Rogues, because generally Rogues, you know, they'll remove a creature and it's good. You know, they go 1-for-1 with the removal, they got a lot of card draw, so they can generally keep up with you. But in a deck where when you remove the creature comes back, right? In a deck where the Polukranos can actually fight their Death Toucher and not die, right? Just remove a few counters and keep on chugging. It's almost like this deck was built, born, and bred for rogue destruction, right? We have so many answers for everything that they generally have answers for everyone else, right? So for the flowers, we have the Chain Web Arachnir, 1 mana for a 1/2 with reach. Whenever it enters the battlefield, deal damage equal to its power to target creature with flying and opponent controls. This is good for dealing with the little 1 mana 1/1 rogues, right, that come out and about. Furthermore, whenever you escape it, it escapes with 3 +1/+1 counters. So now it's coming back as a 4/5, which is enough to deal with you know, Nighthawk Scavengers, the I can't think of it, the Soaring Thought Thieves, right? All those you can pretty much deal with just this entering the battlefield. Next up, we have Swarm Shambler. Obviously, we have a whole lot of +1/+1 counter creatures. So as soon as the Rogues or anybody really goes to target them, we're going to create another 1/1 insect, which can, you know, then get the counters from the Ozolith. And, you know, the Swarm Shambler can get bigger and bigger and bigger. So it's a 1-mana card that can essentially become a very powerful threat against the foe, as well as allow you to go wide when they want to remove your stuff. You sort of get something back for it, right? Ozolith, we've been blah, 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 blah. Sorry, I'm getting so tongue-tied this morning. We've been talking about this for a while. 1 mana. Whenever a creature with counters is removed from the battlefield, so whether it's sent to exile or back into your hand or whatever you may have it, the counters will go onto the Ozolith. Now they can be vigilance counters, +1/+1 counters, lifelink counters, doesn't matter. Any amount of counters or any kinds of counters, right? Obviously, we're playing +1/+1, so creature dies that has a +1/+1, goes onto this, and then comes back off later. Stonecoil is really good up against, well, most decks, but especially, again, up against those rogues. Protection from multicolored means things like Drown in the Lock can't deal with it. It means that it can block against the Soaring Thought Thieves and not lose any life whatsoever. And it has reach, so it has the ability to block the flyers. We do have one copy of Feed the Swarm. One, it's good removal up against your opponent's creatures, right? 2 mana, destroy target creature, no attachment onto that, right? It doesn't have to be less than 3 CMC. It doesn't have to have 0 counters on it. You just destroy it. Now, of course, you do lose life back off of that. We have the Great Henge to sort of gain us some life back up later. Anyways, Feed the Swarm can also destroy enchantments, which is the major reason why we're playing it, because there are a decent amount of enchantments in the meta right now, and a lot of banishing lights and that sort of stuff going on. So Feed the Swarm, pretty good in that manner. Mana. Gnarlid Colony, 2 mana, 2/2, allows all your +1/+1 counter creatures to have trample, which is really nice. Obviously, having a way to punch through the opponent's defenders is almost essential. Inscription of Abundance is going to allow you to build up creatures, gain life back, and have your creature fight other creatures. So really, really necessary. I won't say necessary, but a really, really nice spell, right? It's sort of a catch-all. Do you want to make your creatures bigger? Sure, use it. You want to gain life? Sure, use it. Do you want to remove something from your opponent? Sure, use it. Do you want to do all three? Anyways, Tangled Florahedron, additional mana. It's another creature that can potentially gain the counters from the Ozolith, so that's one of the nicest things about it. Come mid to late game, you know, you're not just drawing into another land, you're drawing into a creature that can potentially do other stuff. Early game, you know, helps you ramp. Call of the Death Dweller, it is a Call of the Grakmaw deck, so a nice thing that you can do here, of course, is use Call of the Death Dweller, bring back Grakmaw or Yorvo or any of these creatures, right? Grakmaw comes back, it's going to give you more +1/+1 counters to go onto the Ozolith. Not only that, though, Call of the Death Dweller gives you a Death Touch counter and a Menace counter to put on your creatures. So, if the creature that you bring back with Call of the Death Dweller ends up dying, not only do you get the +1/+1 counters from that creature, now you'll also have a Menace counter and a Death Touch counter on your Ozolith, which is huge, right? Because then every back to attack phase you have where you haven't selected a creature for those counters yet, you have the potential to give a creature Death Touch if you need a defender, or Menace if you need something to be a bit evasive and swing in. And can you imagine a Polukranos that comes back with 12/12 counters, and then you put Death Touch and Menace on it? Your opponent's they're gonna scoop out so quickly. Anyways, we excuse me, we do have one copy of Agadeems to help bring back all this stuff. It's actually really nice in a deck like this where things like Polukranos and Grakmaw cost so cheap. You can pay 7 mana, which is not a lot, right? 7 mana is generally what you pay for the other mythic flip-floppy lands, right? For the green one, Turn Timber at 7, and I believe for Seagate Restoration it's 7 mana, right? So, Emeria's Call, 7. Anyway, 7 mana for Agadeems. You can bring back the Polukranos, the Grakmaw, the Gnarlid, and, you know, the Swarm or the Chain Web or whatever. So you can bring back 4 creatures, 7 mana. It's insanely good because those creatures have the counters and go back onto the Ozolith, yada, 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 right? Not only do you have the Ozolith gaining the counters when your creatures leave the battlefield, you have the Great Henge adding counters to your creatures as they enter the battlefield. So this is a very interactive deck as far as your creatures go, right? They're entering the battlefield, they're gaining counters. They're leaving the battlefield, they're leaving counters on there. You know, we have the Invigorating Surge to double the counters. There's so much flow of where your damage is at and so much ability to sort of shift it around. I feel like that's what really helps deal with the opponents, is sort of the ability to be evasive with where your damage is coming from, not necessarily having your creatures to be evasive, but your damage, so to speak, right? So Great Henge is going to help build up everything, gain you life, all that general good stuff. Vivien, Monster's Advocate, obviously the 3/3 with reach is really nice against the rogues. The -2 is really good as well. You know, -2, play a Polukranos down, then you can get a Grakmaw off the back of it. It's insane the amount of value that this deck has and the amount of interactions within itself that you can find. So hope you all have been enjoying. Sorry that this took a whole minute for me to explain, but there's a lot of sort of ins and outs to the deck and interactions. I want to make sure that everyone gets and understands, so that way when you go to play it, you're not like, hey, this didn't work so well for me, because, you know, maybe you're not using it to its full potential, which is certainly possible. Anyways, thanks everybody for watching. Hope you've been enjoying. If so, please be sure to leave a like down below, comment, subscribe if you're new here and you want to help support the channel, or you just want more awesome, spicy videos, right? I think that's about it. Be sure you're hitting the join button down below. We are live every single morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on YouTube. We are also live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over on, oh, no, sorry, he's still here on YouTube for Budget Decks. And then most mornings around somewhere from 8 to 10 a.m., we're live on Twitch, recording these decks live. So if you want to hop in and say, hey, what's up, you know, feel free to hop in at any given point, or just toss a follow. That way you can know when we are live over there. Anyways, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and dive into some spicy Call of the Grakmaw Rogue slaying action. Alrighty, Dirt Muncher, gonna be our first foe. I don't love it, but we'll keep it because we got the Grakmaw and we got the Polukranos, and you know, having two Hydras is never anything to sneeze at. We also have the Yorvo, so we could potentially use the Fable to grab more green mana for the Yorvo, but I think we'll be fine. Opponent plays Rune Crab. We'll go and grab some black mana here. And tap land, that's pretty good. Invigorating Surge, fine by me. I don't think I want the Stonecoil down as a 1/1. As tempting as that is. I think our opponent's probably playing Rogues. Probably. This thing enters with 6 +1/+1 counters on it. That's a lot. There goes the Invigorating Surge. Can't say I'm surprised. Probably have counter magic here, but we gotta try for the Grakmaw. Hey, it lands. Does it get destroyed, I guess is the question. Hopefully we can get the Polukranos down next turn. That is a 6/6, which is enough to... Yeah, okay, so it doesn't live. Anyways, it is enough to reduce the cost of the Great Henge down to only 3 mana, which is nice. And at least they used removal there, and you know, we still got a creature back. A creature that can punch through the Rune Crab even, so... We'll probably go for the swing in first, and then go for the Polukranos play. Could also go for the Yorvo. We'll go for the Palo. For the Polukranos, it does land. Wow, I'm very surprised at that. Hopefully we can untap with it still on the board, right? Thieves Guild. Okay, not surprised. And Soaring. Not surprised. Alrighty. Pretty much everything we thought it would be. So we need our Polukranos to not fight anything before we get the Great Henge down. But after we get the Great Henge down, we can have it fight all day. Never mind, Heartless Act is going to remove 3 of those counters from it. More millage. I do love this so much. I'm happy to have ran into you, Dirt Muncher. Love it when I get to play up against the people that are just going for their daily wins. Merfolk Wind Robber. You got another one? Does the millage ever stop? Nope. No, it does not. So what is this, turn 4? You got half my deck in my graveyard. Whew. Turn 4, half my deck in my graveyard. That's an accomplishment for sure. That is an accomplishment for sure. Actually, tell you what. Let's go for the swing in. They want to block. By all means, be my guest. Bam. Alright, so we have a defender now. We are down to 29 cards in deck, which isn't fantastic, but we took out their creatures, and they can use Call the Death Dweller, which I suppose they might have here, right? We're 1 mana off. I guess I might should have kept that land that we had, right? Probably would have gotten milled anyways, though. Anyways, they put the Lourdes in their hand. They're obviously going for it come next turn, right? Lourdes, and then replay the Rogues. Feed the Swarm. That'll allow us to deal with the Lourdes come next turn. I think we can hit the Great Henge here. Tap it, pay 2. Oh, what's the matter, Dirt Muncher? Your Rogues weren't working out for you? Bastard. Cheesy Chaz. Cheesy Chaz. Well, hopefully you don't cheese me, Chaz. Seems alright. We got a, you know, turn 1, 2, and probably not a turn 3 play. We'll see. We'll see. Of course, the 2+1/+1 counters off this could make Gnarlid into a 4/4 with trample, so that's yeah, it's decent. Is this? Oh, that's so cool. Yes, I like that a lot. Alright, well, never mind. We drew into the Ozolith. That's going to be our turn 1 play. Thieves go. Ah! What? Can y'all stop playing Rogues? 2 seconds. 2 seconds, no Rogues. Alright. Let's go for the Gnarlid. The Gnarlid. Makes me feel like I'm from the 80s or something. Gnarly. Or like I deserve to live on a beach. Hey, that's pretty cool. I don't think I've ever seen that version. It's a water version. I like it. I don't like what's going on right now as far as the opponent's stuff and whatnot in this, but I like what I'm seeing from the other stuff. Grakmaw, and we have the Invigorating Surge, so we might be able to do some good stuff there. It also has Trample. Now, one thing that I am a little worried about is, of course, that Nighthawk Scavenger in the sky. Not only is it big, not only does it have flying, not only does it have lifelink, it has Death Touch. So if we want to take it out, it's going to cost us something. Yeah, you know, easy peasy lemon squeezy turn 4 into the story, huh? No regrets, no remorse. Let's take out the Nighthawk Scavenger. We don't need that that silly little boy doing its stuff. Unfortunately, that turned on the Thieves Guild. Didn't mean for that to happen. That's fine. We'll still swing in with the everything. Still swing in with the everything. Take them back down to 20. That's right. You go back to your starting life total, motherfucker. On this next turn, we can pray for an Invigorating, or we could potentially use Inscription for a little bit of removal action. We might need to do that, given Thieves Guild and whatnot. It's getting a little bit bigger. Heartless Act. Fine. I didn't want a Grakmaw anyways, you crazy. Of course, they removed the 3+1/+1 counter, so we don't get to keep them. We'll get to keep that one, but it's just one. Just one lonely little counter. Highly doubt they swing in with the 3/2. Yeah, they're swinging in with the 1/1. Oh, me, oh, me, oh, me, oh, my. How I love these Rogues in the sky. Alright, Grakmaw, let's go. Grakmaw version 2, 2.0 if you will. Take action. You're a 4/4. Don't let me down. Don't do it. Some land would be kind of nice, so we could eventually hit that Inscription of Abundance, right? If we could put some counters on the Grakmaw and gain some life based off how big it is and have it fight something. Like, all that stuff sounds very nice, right? Of course, we might use Invigorating Surge, and then we could use Inscription to gain a ton of life. We'll see. They're going to cling to us their own Heartless Act. Because they don't want to... You know, they don't want to stop the 8 cards from ours. I know Exile in 1 does put us that much closer to 8. If we could hit some land, that'd be rather pleasant. We're still on 3, opponents on 5. Yeah. It almost doesn't feel fair. Hey, I needed that. I needed that land. They swung in just to draw a card. You got 2 mana. Well, we got a Chain Web. I guess that was the perfect time for them to sacrifice that, huh? Alright, we're swinging with the Grakmaw. They're gonna block it. Let's see if we can Invigorating. I highly doubt it. They gotta have counter magic. A drown in the lock is almost imminent. Almost imminent? Imminent means that it's almost there, right? Heartless Act. That's a fun one. Alright, so we still dealt with it. We're still gonna get the 4/4 back. And we got the 2 counters to go over here, right? 4 counters, whatever it is. I don't know math. It's fine. That means we can get our 4/4 back to an 8/8 in the end come next turn. Or, oh no, we can't. We can't do that. Okay. Hey, we finally found another land. I'm so happy. Finally found another land. One more land, and we can do it. We can do it. Now, if I put these forward, then our Chain Web can block the Soaring, and that's really good. So, sure. Take action. It's a 5/6. It's big. It's bad. It's here to stay. Oh, boy, oh, boy. They're going to let the damage ride. We're taking them down to 12. You know, we might just be able to do something here. Might just be able. Nighthawk Scavenger. We might have to. I really need a land. That's all there is to it. I need a land. And hey. Hey. You milled us 2 cards that we actually don't mind getting milled. Give me a land. Give me a land. Give me a land. No, game. Come on. I just need 1 land. Oh, that's so frustrating. All right. Well, go Grakmaw clone. Boop. In turn. Alright, I need a land. We've drawn 4. The opponent has drawn 9. It's almost sort of fair. Almost a little bit fair. They shouldn't swing in here. They should stay at a stalemate for a little while. If they do, obviously we block with Chain Web. And, Alright, you asked for it though, buddy. Buster, pal, buckaroo. Bam. Had to do it. I wish we could have taken out both the Soaring and the Nighthawk there, but we couldn't. We need a land. I would very much like a land. Our option of gaining life sort of went away there with the Inscription. Now we can still use Elder, but Elder is very easily removed, so they have enough where they can exile cards if they want to, but of course we have 2 Chain Webs, so can't exile both. Can only exile 1, and if they do exile it, they don't gain the card draw, they just gain the life, so they should exile, yeah, a non-creature. Because they want the card draw. Stonecoil. Isn't that funny? Still no land. Still no land. Oh man, oh man. We're getting in for 8 damage here. We got the 4/4 to defend the skies. You know, this game is taking much longer than what I would have liked it to, but it is what it is. They can't swing in here. We got them. We got their backs against the wall. You better run, rogues. I finally hit my 5th land. It's time for us to win. It's time for us to win. They shouldn't have enough cards. Yeah, they don't have enough for the clean. They have 1 card left. They're going to use Drown in the Lock. That's fine by me. We swing. We swing. We swing. We swing. Actually, they have to block. They absolutely have to block. Let's do it. Wait, they still die with that, don't they? No? Oh, right, because I had 3 health. Ha 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 ha. We did it. We beat Rogues again. We're 2-0 against Rogues? That's a little crazy with this deck. I'll take it though. R2D2. Damn it. R2D2 is gonna be our next foe. Feel a little bad beating up on the poor fella. We'll keep this. This isn't a very realistic keep though. We only have 2 lands, but I see the Grakmaw and the Great Henge. It's the Great Grakmaw, right? I'm actually gonna lead out with the Temple of Milady here. Come, Milady, come, Milady. Something sugar slide, right? I don't remember much of that song if that's not apparent. It's a Rakdos like mid-range deck. What are you doing? Your deck's like so old. So very, very old. Let's go for the Gnarlid. Bum ba-dum bum ba-dum. You don't want to remove it. Trust me, there's a lot of things you can do in this world, in this life, but you don't want to remove my Gnarlid. If they go to swing in, do we block? Sure. It's gonna be risky, but I'm willing to risk it. We'll see if Grakmaw can't live. Now, obviously, things like Heartless Act are terrible for us, but you gotta risk it for the biscuit. There's Skyclave. They could replay play Skyclave for the first time, and then use Heartless. They don't. They use a Kroxa. Am I getting rid of a Great Henge? I think so. I think so. Now, our Invigorating Surge could allow us to get that other Great Henge down if we can hit some more green mana. Alright, we gotta hit the green mana, though. Alright, I need another green mana. Let that damage ride. Could always block, but we can wait. Chain Web can be brought back later and that kind of stuff. If they destroy Grakmaw, it wouldn't be the world's worst thing because we do have our other Grakmaw, right? So we'd get a 3/3 back as well as play a 3/3 down. They're hard casting the Kroxa. Hard casting the Kroxa. I'm gonna discard the other Grakmaw. They don't know we have the Invigorating Surge, so I'll probably swing in with our Grakmaw. Hey! So land we needed. The only unfortunate thing is if they don't block... Okay, they did. I was gonna say if they don't block, they can swing back in with Kroxa and then make us discard the Great Henge. But they may have another Kroxa and make us discard the Great Henge. But if not, we got the Great Henge down, and we get to keep that 8/8, so that's really good. Oh, baby, 2 mana Great Henge. R2D2, you done messed up. Chain Web, draw us a card, enter with a counter. Polukranos. Oh, no, we can't play that. Alright, whatever. Get in there. Still dealing 9 points of damage. That's not too shabby. Still getting to keep a card in hand. Potentially, of course, they could have another Kroxa at any point. Mire Triton, they're filling up the graveyard a little bit. They got 4 cards. They're going to need a little bit more if they want to get that Kroxa back out. Kroxa, never mind. They're going to make us discard our Polukranos. But how many cards? We have 7. What does this cost? 6? 6. So we could get this back, right? Cost 6 mana. We have 6 mana. Yeah. Get back the good old 12/12. Unless, of course, they have Exile. You know. We take that block. They don't have a land in hand. I doubt it. And if they do, then, you know, they only have a land in hand. So, hey, doing all right. Let's get you down, but let's not kick you. Because I want to potentially play other things, right? A land. Hey, that's fine. Is it though? Do I want to go for this? We have no way to put counters on that 8/8 as of right now. Though next turn I could get Polukranos back. Swing in with the 1/2. Hit him with the 1/2. Get it? It's a boxing joke, or I guess a fighting joke. He's outside of just boxing. Hey, that's my 8/8. Well, this is a simple solution. I love you, Gnarlid, but you know, you're not worth me not taking that 8 points. So, Village Rights. Hey, what a cool play. So, Croaks is coming back. They're going to leave their other Croaks and what other card in Skyclave? Okay, that makes sense. That was almost perfect for them. We don't have anything to discard. They're going to deal the 3. We got a Vivien. What? Come on down. It's a Great Henge off the top. That's not what we wanted. That's not at all what we wanted. Alright, this should be good. We put it down with Reach just in case they have a Rankle, right? You want to have 2 Reachers so they can't just destroy one and then have the other Reacher, like... doing the old reach around on you. You know what I mean? You never want someone doing a reach around on you, trust me. Not that I'm speaking from personal experience. I'm just saying, okay? Chill. Let's block with the 1/2 as we can always bring it back later. Alright, ladies and gents. I think it doth be that time. That Polukranos time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do we want a Grakmaw? I think we want the Grakmaw. Hey, Fable. Hey, that's land. We really need our Ozolith now, am I right? That's like 17 counters right there. That's fine. I'll take the, oh. I'm just kicking my chair around. So we can use that Fabled, grab some green mana. Do I want to draw the Agademes, I guess is the question, right? We can get back a Gnarlid plus a Chain Web for 5 mana. 2 creatures, 5 mana. It's not terrible. It's not terrible value. I might actually let that Agademes draw out. Not terrible at all. Actually, after the Agademes, we could get from Polukranos all the way down, right? Like we could get Grakmaw, Polukranos. Yeah. We're letting the Agademes draw. You know, if it's up to us, that is. Yeah, you wanna swing a Roo, huh? You wanna try these bad boys out? Discard the Great Henge. I guess argument could be made to discard the Yorvo, given we're gonna keep that Agademes, but whatever. So we'll block a Rooski. Ooh, sack Croaks to deal damage to Vivien. Yeah, that's nice. It's nice, not too shabby, not too shabby. But you also got rid of your Croxa. So you got rid of your Croxa, you're getting rid of your 5/3. What are you gonna have left here? You have something else you can sacrifice, but only deals 2 damage. I'm feeling pretty good. My turn, let's draw that Agademes. Now we can use this. Green mana. Your Voskian, come on down. Bam. This deck is really fun. This deck is really, really fun. How big of a Serpent? Just the whole 5/5, right? Just slam a jamma. I guess I could have landed a 2/2 as well and used Polukranos to remove their Woe Strider. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah, let's just swing all in. 1 creature will die to their Mire Triton, If it's Polukranos, it's Polukranos, you know? No, Polukranos won't die. Sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about. I think they think that Polukranos is going to die too, but it won't. It'll have 2 counters removed from it. But, you know, it'll still be a big ol' 11-11. Yep. Yep. Sorry to break it to you, R2-D2, but that is how it works. I figured your little robotic brain, your little chrome dome there, would have foreseen the future. Get it? Because R2-D2 is the robot. Anyways. Beep boop, beep boop, boop. Time Eric calls the dead. They're trying to fill up the graveyard. They want those Crocuses back. I got some bad news for you. I don't even think the Crocus is going to help you, really. I don't even think that Crocus is going to help you. Now, we're going to get a Polukranos into the graveyard. We already have a Grakmaw. Oh, this is about to be one of the best Agadeems I feel like I've ever done. So, yes. Yes. Discard. Submit. They have no idea. They're probably going to scoop when I act. Damn you, R2-D2. I never thought I'd hear myself say the phrase, but damn you, R2-D2. Prisoner 6 going to be our next foe. Hey, and Tangled Florahedron. First time we're actually getting to see that card out and about. I want to get the Ozolith down. Here's my thing. If I have the opportunity to play Ozolith, I pretty much want to play it every game. You know, if someone came along and was like, hey, Chance, we can guarantee you hit an Ozolith on this turn, and this turn, I'd be like, cool beans, let's do it to it. Tangled Florahedron will give us enough for the Yorvo come next turn. For the Yerbaskian. Haha, psych, heartless act. I hate when people do that. I hate when people do that so much. Like, yes, you stop me from ramping. But you just use one of your only sources of removal up against a 1/1 that only taps for 1 mana. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there is a better saving thing for that. You know, we had an Elder Gargaroth, and you had a Heartless Act, a 2 mana remove a 5 mana card. You know? Just seems kind of crazy. Anyways, we're back to facing rogues. Y'all know how I feel about rogues. They can find themselves in a hole. Feel they're up to me. Not facing me, at least. This is the 3rd time we faced them this morning, okay? I'm allowed to be a little angry at the amount of times that I have to face this deck, basically. I mean, Nighthawk Scavengers I've had to deal with this morning. You know the shit I've seen? Hey, Chain Web. That's why we got you in the deck, buddy. That's why we keep you right there next to our little stash pocket goodies. We're obviously going to try and get that Chain Web back. What's the matter? What's the matter, rogues? You don't like when other people play stuff? Choose 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Easy peasy. Do we want to take out the Nighthawk? Well, hell yeah. We just reduced the damage of it a crap ton, so even if they do counter our spell here, which they're not going to, then we'd still be fine. Yeah, get out of here, rogues. We're 3-0 against rogues. Fuck them.